remember when I was in high school, I was taking a Spanish class and everybody got bored with the grammar, a million different conjugations for a single verb. And people started talking about how good Google Translate was going to get. And soon there will be no need to learn foreign languages. Everything you hear or see or say will be impeccably translated to any language you want at a snap of your fingers. Now, many years has passed, and indeed, Google Translate has got a lot more accurate, and now you got those little pocket translators that can translate whatever you say wherever you are without even having to connect to the internet. But AI translators are yet far from replacing language learning because the slangs and cultural trivialities are still extremely difficult to translate. If anything, AI has made the language learning community more exuberant than ever because it has made it more convenient than ever to learn a foreign language. Better search engines, personalized textbooks, quicker feedback, and auto translators, though imperfect as a translating tool, are perfect for language learners to self-correct. All of that has made the language learning process more enjoyable, and it has indeed encouraged language learning and thus more online and offline intercultural communication. But only in the short run though, because I have no doubt, really, I have no doubt that one day we're going to have AIs so smart and data so abundant that they can translate whatever you say, even if you use slangs, even if you have a heavy accent or make grammar mistakes or mix up languages when you're talking. Maybe it will be able to translate jokes too. So you put on a pair of headphones and you'll be able to have a fluid, intriguing, and sophisticated conversation with a foreigner without even realizing that you were speaking different languages. What then? As much as I love languages, I have to recognize the fact that an AI translator that smart and that convenient will seriously diminish the necessity, the incentives for people to learn languages. And I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing. Maybe language learning will be just like another skill or endeavor, should I say, that's gradually phased out by the human civilization as a necessary skill, like drilling wood to make fire or using an abacus or spelling properly. Maybe it's going to save us more time to work on other skills, more practical, more productive. Only on a nostalgic night we'll tell our kids how much time we used to waste on studying another language and how much effort we used to spend on comprehending the cultural context of a phrase or trying to understand a native speaker, and how lucky they are that they don't have to do it anymore. If that is the case, people from non-Anglo-Saxon countries will no longer need to study English or whatever the globally dominant language should be by then, because languages to non-native speakers will lose their functions as means of communication. That will obviously compromise significantly the cultural dominance of Anglo-Saxon countries on the world stage. But on the other hand, languages function as symbols of identity will be emphasized. That is to say, their functions as vessels of culture. More importantly, as symbols of religious, national, and ethnic identities will grow comparatively. In other words, the common linguistic and cultural sphere will shrink. And why don't we bring the skill down a little bit further? Instead of looking at the global language regime, let's look at it on a regional or national level. If AI makes major world languages easily translatable, we can surely replicate the process on regional dialects or minority languages. And with enough data, sooner or later, you'll be able to translate them too. If your native language is Catalan or Euskera, if you're from Spain, say, do you need to learn Spanish? If you speak Telugu or Kannada, do you need to learn Hindi? Or if you're a Uyghur or if you're Tibetan, do you need to learn Mandarin? I think if AI really becomes that good, we'll see some organic competition, or even another wave of conflicts between the public education systems and local cultural institutions among religious, national, and ethnic identity, just like in the global sphere. But that's the last thing we want to see, right? Letting modern conveniences take away our commonalities. After all, we create smarter translation tools to better understand each other, instead of depriving us of the opportunities for mutual understanding.